Those of you that have cameras and want to take pictures, this is going to be the unveiling of the wooden screen that has been stored in the Provincial Museum for many, many years. So we're going to get ready now. We're going to have Cleishan Tai Hupwood Pomaniki is Klutzman, our queen, to unveil the wooden screen. Whenever you're ready. Quiet, please. Quiet. This is a very historic day. This is a day that we're witnessing the return of some of our treasures back to the Huu-ay-aht people. And for me, I was very honored to witness the Huu-ay-aht be the signatories to this document, because in essence it is their treasures that were removed from us many, many years ago. So it was good for them to sign the return of those treasures back to Huu-ay-aht. And I want to thank Minister Rustad and the Royal British Columbia Museum for being here today to be part of this occasion. It's our honor to have you here, and we really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and it is truly an honor to be here. Chiefs, thank you so much for your welcome and hospitality, and it fills my heart to see the people here and just what we're doing here today. When I think about the initiatives that and the path that we've been on, it has not always been great. There has been many chapters in Canadian history that, quite frankly, we can be ashamed of. But we're trying to set a new path and walk a new journey together. And that's what this is recognizing the past, recognizing the future, and finding that path together. And it truly is an honor to be able to see these returned to the nation. It has been 106 years, I've been told, that the museum had this in their possession. And so it's quite remarkable to see this to come to fruition today as another major step for the Huu-ay-aht people in their future, is how they build. So congratulations to the Huu-ay-aht people. Congratulations as well to the Royal BC Museum. Thank you for the work that you have undertaken. It's a commitment that we have made as a province to work with nations, to work with the museum, to repatriate artifacts and items, remains from around the world back to the nations. It's a huge part of finding those paths to reconciliation, and we are very proud to be undertaking this work. It will take time, it'll be difficult work, but as all things, time and energy and the work is well worth the effort, as we can see here today. So once again, congratulations.
Hereditary chiefs, whaling chiefs, chiefs, elders, minister, ladies and gentlemen, what a great privilege to be here with you today to witness this. And what a historic moment this is for the Royal BC Museum too, because we're exploring new ways of being a museum. We understand that all these objects are far more powerful, and their stories are far deeper and significant than we in the museums can possibly understand. We've learned so much from communities about the objects and treasures that we look after, but we are temporary stewards of them. And we are convinced that this new way of being a museum is one where we help to rebuild communities and redress the wrongs of the past. I'm really immensely proud that my colleagues here, including my wonderful board member Angela Wesley, my senior staff here, Dr. Martha Black, Catherine Bridge and Sebastian Irvin, can also be witness. It's their work and their care for these objects. For many years, these objects were neglected. Although they were in the museum, some of them stood outside. We heard from the chief how 2 of the panels were lost through erosion and neglect, and how wonderfully they were restored by Tim Paul. All these objects have a long history. They have many stories to tell, and we at the museum are really proud to have this connection with yourselves. We are very proud to have the 2 welcoming figures from Keehan stand at the entrance of the museum. So each time somebody comes into the museum, the first thing they see are these 2 of the most beautiful, most powerful objects. But inside the museum has been what I call the Michelangelo, the Leonardo da Vinci of First Nations art. And that is the screen behind you, And I'm so pleased it's come home, and I'm so pleased we have the partnership going. I'm so pleased that this is the first part of a repatriation to your community, and I'm delighted that we have the support of the Government of British Columbia to assist in this. Thank you all so much. Thank you for this partnership.
Thank you. From the province and the museum, it's wonderful words, and it's great to hear. And what I want to talk about a little bit more is that resilience that I talked about all day today in my remarks, is that the Huu-ay-aht were resilient and triumphant and came back from adversity of warfare, of famine, of natural disaster. And one of the things that we proudly say now is that we are at a place now where we're going to be coming back from the effects of colonization. We're going to be resilient, and you fine people in our community here, everyone is going to be witness that this is just one step. This is a mark that is going to awaken and invigorate our ancient spirit, so that we now have a responsibility to start telling these great stories, to start sharing the history of what all of these treasures represent, because they all have a story, they all have a significance, and you're giving us a big part of our history back, and for that we're very grateful. So I just wanted to comment on that, because it is something that we know that the Huu-ay-aht are going to work towards all the time, is bringing back our ancient spirit, our language, our culture, our artwork. Our style of storytelling is different than the rest of the world, and you can see this here. So we're going to hopefully inspire a whole new generation of young. That's why they're the ones that led us as we returned these treasures home and danced them out for the first time in over 100 years. They got to dance. So it's for the youth, it's for our children, it's for our community, and I just wanted to remind everyone of that this is going to be a mark in history where we're going to remember that we have to awaken our ancient spirit, we have to tell our history, we have to tell our stories.
Ooh. Thank you. What a day. It is a really historic day, and I want to say on behalf of my Huu-ay-aht, our hereditary chiefs, to the Huu-ay people, we want to say thank you for being so courageous and being so resilient, because the result of all of this, of what we got today, is because of what the Huu-ay citizens have been guiding us towards this whole time. It's taken a long time to get to where we are today, although it feels like it was just like yesterday when we were negotiating these in the BCTC process. And now it's coming to a reality for us that we own it again. And so I just wanted to say to the Huu-ay people, thank you for believing in what we're doing. And if it wasn't for my nation being so courageous in signing the document for the Manuth Treaty, we wouldn't be where we're at today. And so it's because of agreements and building relationships. This is going to be a good example to those who are kind of following behind us and our footsteps and what we've done. And so this is a good example to the rest of the nations out there in regards to good things can happen when we work together. And that's what this is all about working together. And most importantly, I want to acknowledge our youth, because everything that we do today is always about thinking ahead, thinking about the future. And it was our youth that led us in today, so we're really proud of that. And I'm proud to put signature on that document on behalf of my nation. And Chu.
For me, when I was part of the Huu-ay-aht Treaty Committee, one of our responsibilities was to research information about Huu-ay-aht people. And we went down to the museum and we found this document, but we did not find the original document. We found a copy of the document. And I always said to my friend Kevin, I said, I thought these were X's on the bottom, until I looked at it and says seal on there. So Mr. Neary got busy for us, and Kevin, can you explain that part of it, please?
This is a land agreement that was signed in 1859 between government agent Eddie Banfield for acquiring land in Huu-ay-aht territory. He was forced to do so by the Huu-ay-aht chiefs so that he could open a trading store. And when they signed this document, the chiefs insisted on having their names marked with a seal of cedar bark as part of the sacred connection between their bond, their territory. So we will be adding cedar seals to these documents here later today.